We are. We still might actually. It's not impossible. We are. We still might actually. I think it's not impossible. Podorf is definitely going Wrathlord. But Ken might go Wrathlord, might not.
So what we have Corvus, Eos, Matto for SirLargeness, and Ichiro, Bran, and Totia. Yeah, I mean, I guess Ken's gonna stay on it, right? Like
He can. He doesn't have to.
yeah.
So Largeness is like with the double evoker draft. He's super committed to Wrathlord.
Yeah.
And I know he likes to pair Matto with the Wrathlord as well.
Yeah.
Ken has options. He could go Wrathlord. He does. Largeness. Bran is obviously a good pick with Wrathlord because the synergy with Nature's Wrath and the extra healing.
Yeah.
And Ichiro's body is like not so important that you can't replace him with the Wrathlord, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, if he does go Wrathlord, you think he would banish Ichiro, yeah? I mean,
I would expect so, yeah.
I mean, he is going to be your tank in it, right? So.
Yeah. So the reason Ken went for Itotia there as his third pick, expecting Largeness to pick up Octavian as his third pick.
Yeah.
And Itotia but he went with Matto instead.
Did you see what was picked first? I think Ken
picked Corvus picked. No, Ken picked Ichiro. Largeness picked Corvus. Nothing too weird or unusual there. Things took a turn when his second pick was Eos. I didn't actually see who was banned. Yeah, I didn't see who was banned.
Yeah, we'll have to check afterwards.
Viola, definitely. Oh no, maybe not. I don't know. I don't think they. I think they might have just said in the chat they didn't indicate.
Yeah. I think maybe it was Octavian Viola, like.
Maybe, yeah. I'll check there. Hang on. Okay. So Ken will be going first, deploying first.
I say it was Ken first, right?
Yeah. In the blue and Largeness in the red.
Alright, so Ichiro in the center.
No surprises there.
No. And we got Matto on the right lane or left lane, depending on which side you're looking at.
Yeah. Obviously, Largeness is going to be smoke and mirrors by and large.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, he's probably dropping the Eos, right? So
I assume so. Yeah, I think so. Maybe Matto. Maybe he just wanted Matto's cards. But I'm not sure why he would keep Eos.
Yeah, I mean Matto's at least got some tempo, right? So like the ability is just a bit more.
So Ken setting up to threaten that middle shrine.
Yeah. He can also take the left one, right? Like just kind of leaves.
When the Wrathlord appears and yeah. Although obviously with the Wrathlord there's that kind of where's the lady mini game of trying not to bust the 2-attack conduit right away, because that obviously accelerates them enormously. So if Largeness is leaving that exposed, we can guess pretty clearly which cut. Yep, there's the Wrathlord. No surprises there. We can guess pretty clearly that the 2-attack conduit is the one in the middle.
Yeah.
So,
which is kind of interesting, man. I think it's like, how do you feel about losing your middle turret first?
I think if you're getting +2 attack on your Wrathlord, you're fine with it.
Yeah, but he made that choice, right? So he's put that they're expecting that to be the first one. Obviously, he didn't want to defend it, but I feel like the mid tower is definitely something I would try to keep alive longer. Like, so I would have personally wouldn't have put positioned it that way.
Ken's biting the bitter pill and just taking the free tower. Yeah. And swerve.
Okay, so you get to recover Wrathlord, so which kind of makes me wonder why he didn't put Wrathlord center. Like,
yeah. It's a small misplay, but I mean, potentially Like, so you get action economy either way, right? So if with the implacable hatred, you get action economy because your guy is recovering for free every turn.
Yep.
If you flip the +2 attack, you're getting action economy there because you need to swing less to blow up conduits.
Yep.
The implacable hatred, is that what's called implacable hatred? Yeah, is maybe better if he's thinking of using the Wrathlord as a tank.
Yep.
Because obviously you can block and then recover, but
first action attacking something.
Maybe he just messed up his deployment. I don't know.
Yep.
He's attacking Bran by the looks of things because they're going to clash.
Okay.
And so it's 3 attack into
brute strength.
Yeah, pretty underwhelming attack there.
Yeah, 5. So Wrathlord's gonna take
bit of damage for both of them, right? Yeah.
Like 1 damage.
Putting 3 damage on Bran is no big deal.
Yeah. I thought it was action 1 for SirLargeness.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we're seeing
drain life. Oh, okay. There we go. So he had a plan. And Bran said. Although actually the active judging, yeah. So actually that's we'll see if they figure it out or not.
Yeah, because Corvus would trigger on the first damage, right?
Yeah, we won't.
Yeah, we leave it for them.
We won't intervene, but we'll see if they figure it out. By the way, the hands are moving around. It seems like cards might be being read right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, because Corvus, if you alt over him there, because Corvus says after the first time each turn.
Yeah, it's not the player. The player doesn't actually get to choose. It's the first time damage is done. So the combat damage from Wrathlord is actually what triggered Corvus.
Yeah.
So Bran survives because drain life only does stun damage. So he would take 3 from Wrathlord plus 1 from Corvus, so it was 4 damage plus 2 from drain life, but he can only go to 5. So, yeah. And now we're seeing a life tap to recover Wrathlord, taking 2 damage and drawing 2 cards.
Bearing in mind with Wrathlord, you've got with Wrathlord and Mado on the same team. Actually, there's some nice synergy between those 2 decks and the Wrathlord, just because he's got that big hit point pool to start off right away.
Yeah, exactly. So did SirLargeness? Okay, I was going to say, did he understand? Yeah. Okay.
So if I'm Ken, what am I doing now?
Yeah.
Sort of like left in a position where there's no obvious objectives. Generally speaking, I would say swinging on the Wrathlord is bad. Actually, I know exactly what I'm doing here if I'm him. Depending on whether or not I have a Sukidashi in hand.
Yeah, bringing him center.
Okay, so he's level. Yeah,
leveled
why
up.
not?
Itotia.
And she can just hobble in on her because she's so tanky when she's. No, he's okay.
It looks like he chose not to trigger Bran's ability on the level up.
Chose not to or forgot. Yeah. Yeah. Like because she's so because her ability lets her clash twice on defense now that she's leveled up.
Yep.
He would have had the option to he's invigorating for Sirlac. So kind of consolidation turn there, but he would have had the option if he was feeling aggressive to level up, move in to the right hand lane and attack, because he has enough cards that he'd be able to throw 2 down to try and kill Mado if he blocked. And then he'd also have the survivability. Again, we don't know what he has in hand, but we potentially have the survivability to weather the counterattack.
Yeah.
But he's opted for the more conservative line, which is
fine, right? Like he's actually up on towers right now. So and Wrathlord isn't even turned on to solo towers yet. So
yeah, he's not going to get the benefit from his implacable hatred, so he can spend his whole turn to blow up that leftmost conduit.
Okay, so he chooses to blow up the right one, which I think is what we do.
Yep.
And it is the gift
surprise, plus 2 power.
Which is exactly what Ken wants to see, right? It's usually, like, if you're running gift of elements, it's the one you want to blow up first. So.
Yeah, and it makes it's clear now why he didn't move a hero into.
Yeah, and I mean, I kind of Yeah, I mean, on Ken's turn, he could have tried to go into the left lane and challenge the tower, but like Wrathlord has to move, right? Like,
Yeah, no, there's no point getting into a fight with Wrathlord
yeah,
on
exactly.
laner.
So you wait for
Anytime you're putting resources into attacking him, you're actually putting yourself behind in the game.
So we just had a double recover from Largeness, and then he passed the turn.
Yep, simple clean turn. You know.
So now definitely Ken is like, if he doesn't want to waste a whole nother turn, he has to make a decision. I think going for the attack maybe, but like, yeah, everyone has to start moving now, right? So.
If he has a Sukidashi, depends. Because if he can move in Sukidashi Corvus into the middle, bushwhack him, that's a good turn. There it is.
Yeah.
That gives him a resource advantage because he's choking at the Evoker, and he gives him a board advantage. And like that Corvus is super dead. The only question is whether or not he even bothers to team attack.
Yeah, I mean, I could see value in the team attack, because then it means he can clash more defensive cards to make sure that Itotia survives, right?
Well, so from the kill, he's going to go to 5 power, 1 action left to level up Ichiro, which seems like an okay.
He's used 2 actions. Right?
Oh, has he?
He moved and then he.
Yes, yeah, he moved Sukidashi attack. Yeah.
So, I think you do go with the team attack here, because it just means that like there's no way that Itotia dies. You can be a bit more conservative on cards.
Yeah.
I mean, SirLargeness has a lot of cards as well. I guess SirLargeness just doesn't clash here, but maybe he does because, Corvus is standing.
Yeah, exactly. He can punch back for maybe. I think the thing is if he can force another card out of Ken's hand to keep Itotia alive.
Yeah.
But Ken predicted it and knew he wouldn't play an armor clash, so he doesn't need any more damage.
Yeah. And he's going to take now 4 damage.
Yeah,
but
so he's got Bran. He's okay. That was well played by Ken, playing the defensive card there. Because it's going to be so tempting for Largeness to play the offensive clash in this situation.
Yeah. I mean, and I think that's why you team attack, right? Because Corvus is dying, and because he's standing up, it just makes sense to try and kill someone. So if you team attack there, you definitely get to play more defensive, because you're not like having to spend all of the cards. So 4 damage on Itotia, but Corvus dies, and should be 2 power to Ken, putting him at 5, which is definitely where. I wonder if we see a buy from him now. But no, it looks like he just went straight to draw.
He's saving for a flower, I imagine.
Yeah. Lotus.
With 4, when he's down to 4 cards in hand and he wants to keep Itotia fueled up, so that's what I would expect to see.
Largeness is like up cards right now, so
and he knows Largeness isn't playing the judge, so he's safe to put the flower on Ichiro, which, big fat safe investment.
So
I'd say Largeness is in a tough spot here. He's just gonna shrine, I imagine. That's what I'd do. But
what's that, sorry?
He's gonna wreck the conduit this turn.
Yeah, just
that seems like
spend the whole turn.
Yeah. But I'd still feel like he's in a. Oh no, interesting. I feel like he's in a tough spot though. Yeah. Like the implacable hatred hasn't triggered once, so he's gotten 0 value from it.
So a gaze of madness on the Wrathlord.
Targeting Itotia by the looks of it, and then he's running away again. Okay. Interesting turn.
Choose a mortal hero at an enemy location. After your next turn begins, take control of that hero until the end of that phase.
The fact that getting no value from that flipped conduit is bad, right? If the difference between if that had been +2 attack or even the +2 card where it's generating some value, whereas right now it's just a dead conduit doing nothing, and his Wrathlord is not pacing with Ken's board. Ken has a leveled Itotia, it's really powerful. He's gonna be buying something big this turn, I imagine. And Largeness board, because so much of what you do invested in the Wrathlord. He's not generating value from that flipped conduit. He doesn't have the power to buy anything fancy. It just feels like a tough spot.
Yeah, and I mean, definitely if he had gone center there right at the beginning, right, like either Itote here goes left and they blow the conduit, which turns on the attack, or he like team attacks the mid tower and then Wrathlord defends, dying, turning on the tower anyway, right? And then like basically the whole game just changes after that, right? If Wrathlord could have turned on that power, he's like this left tower for Ken would be dead already.
Yeah. Always that interesting question in the mid game around like if Ken's sitting on 6 power here, there could potential advantages out of early mid game buybacks. But there's obviously the cost to that in terms of board development. But it's something I'm always really tempted by is like aggressive early buybacks.
Yeah,
I'd expect to see the flower still coming out here.
So this is the thing. I actually think for SirLargeness, he should have mass revived and brought Corvus back and popped the attack tower. To be honest.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think so
like,
too.
I think like waiting, like in that last turn, just not doing it at the end of that last turn. It's just you're just waiting, like.
And like Ken's really happy.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got that board position.
He's just waiting for the money, right? Like he's sitting here, like SirLargeness cannot take that tower on the left, right? Like, he could have dropped an item on Wrathlord, which is also not effective. But like, until Wrathlord has the potential to take that left tower, like Ken is just like, hey, so we see an upgrade from Ichiro is going to level up now, gaining an ability. Ability.
So
I think he's missed. Is he gonna heal him? Because I'm pretty sure Ken has missed Brand's.
He's missed that trigger twice now. Yeah.
It's gone again.
Interesting.
In my game as well, I missed Brand's trigger like twice in my game. Right. Okay, so we had level up, move Itotia to the right lane, move Brand to the left lane. Very strange.
Largeness really wants to save that power. Like if he's not going for the mass revive, he needs to get the expertise for the buyback.
So he moved Itotia because Itotia's been Gaze of Madness, right? So now he's
of course
on the left lane and tapped. That's why he got moved.
As far away
I
from.
I guess he's moving Brand just so that Brand doesn't get murdered by that, and the Wrathlord's the only thing that can go in.
Yeah.
Just to nerf the Itotia turn that's coming. Which is probably why he leveled up Ichiro, I guess. Just trying to save off this kind of.
Yeah, but if you put the money in the flower that turn, and then Itotia walks over and bushwhacks him, that's not great. But
yeah, exactly.
Interesting to see what. Normally with Gaze, I feel like it's its power is in removing that key blocker in the late game. Interesting to see I wonder what he was like, what his strategic aim was in playing it.
Yeah, I wonder if he's also just trying to slow down the game with it, right? Like and try and like he understands he's behind and he sees it as an opportunity to just like mess up Ken's board and slow him down a bit. Okay, so double move Madho, and now I guess they're gonna go for the tower, but then it's gonna be a sacrificial block from Bran, I would expect. He's just gonna let the tower go, maybe.
He's thinking about it. I think he's checking what's behind.
I mean, so like he's used all of his actions in this, right? So only Wrathlord will recover later.
Because he's thinking if he doesn't block, he can move Ichiro in.
Yeah, and then he can take the tower back, right?
Yeah.
I mean, unless Largeness does a mass revive, but that is also not.
So the question is around how happy he is to trade towers at the moment, and I think
he has to be
again he has to be because it's powering up the Wrathlord, right?
Yeah, but even then, right, like Itotia will come back on the right lane, so he could stand Itotia, move Ichiro right, and take that tower instead, right? Like, like Ken can basically smash a tower back here.
He has all the
if
options.
He blocks with Bran, right? Like even if he blocks Bran right now, and he does choose to block, okay, because he can take the right tower as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so I assume we won't see it clash on Bran, but
I'd be surprised. Although, like, Largest deck doesn't have huge offensive output. Like, it has a few EOS cards with three out with the Battle Frenzy at the moment. So that's what, 9 damage coming in. If there's nothing he can do to save himself.
yeah, if 9 comes in, he's dead, right? So unless he's like clashing an ultimate, like because I think Bran
Even
will
even
clash.
if he's clashing an oath, it's not enough.
Yeah, so Battle Frenzy will get +1, so that's 3. So yeah,
That's
9
fine.
damage.
Yeah, that's enough. Yeah.
Okay, but
Just
unfortunately,
wondering there
so the one question here, right, is now he's given Largeness 5 for the buyback,
for the buyback.
which
Yeah,
if he had let the tower go, he would only be on 4. It's always question. It's either way, right? Like you need to
yeah.
make
He
that
can't
choice.
spend it. Yeah.
I mean, he can buy back right now,
If
but
if he
he's got
buys back, he's not leveling up Matto.
yeah,
You know.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. But like this is again, it's this problem. Like Corvus is dead, like still dead, right? Like that means he's not on the board. He's not doing damage. You know, he's
And if he doesn't buy back,
no.
he just goes straight to draw.
Okay, so I think Ken takes the tower back now.
I think so too. That's what I do.
Yeah.
That's,
I mean, he could. I mean,
I,
he's going to lose one on the
and
return,
he'll
right?
he's going to resurrect. He's going to resurrect this turn as well.
Yeah. Okay. So second action is
Yeah.
to recover. Oh wait.
Move
Yeah.
in,
There we
build
go.
the tower, and then he'll revive Bran at the end of the turn.
Yeah, in the center, right?
Yeah.
And use him to basically chump block again. He does have to be a little careful. He has gained a lot of damage now. So yeah, he's hit the Grim Purpose. So yeah, Wrathlord defended his conduit right at the beginning. So now Wrathlord has +2 defense.
It's a free recover there. It's no harm. Standy Churro back up.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'd expect to see Bran go in the.
So I'm gonna guess that he's running Oracle because he's probably not gonna run Judge, but because you guys never run Judge. I don't know why, but I can see in this one, but I don't know. I like the speed of Judge, so
before or after rune effects? After.
he's trying to see if he can finally get the heal.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does SirLargeness do here?
5 power. Well, he didn't buy back. He wants to level up.
Yep.
Might as well be born somehow.
So I mean, the
Sorry,
the
one sec.
only
I'll be right
advantage,
back.
yeah, no worries. I mean, the only advantage right now is that Ken's board is pretty damaged. But even then, the Wrathlord has free damage on him as well. So okay, so we see recover, move from SirLargeness, and possibly he spends his buyback to bring Corvus in the middle. He doesn't need to defend the left lane because there's no one threatening it right now. Okay, it seems SirLargeness is having unfortunate. He deleted the card he drew instead of flipping it. Okay, so we have a recover from Itotia and Bran heal. It's definitely a bit difficult now. He kind of needs to move over on mid, but it's also not super fun place to be. So we see a draw, no buy. Now to SirLargeness. I was kind of curious. Maybe he has some Horrify that he can play from hand. He wants to pop this tower as quickly as possible, and then to prevent anyone mass reviving. Okay, so we see a Purify. Deal 5 damage to a mortal hero at this location. You may refresh your buyback. So he's going to spend 2 actions. Deal 5 damage, which is actually killing Ichiro. So that gives him 2 power, refreshes his buyback, which he's deleted, I believe. So that was 2 actions, so he's only got 1 action left. I mean, this is definitely a little bit awkward because Ken could just blow this tower to bring Ichiro back at the end. I mean, he's also got his own buyback, I believe, still. Still 1 action left on SirLargeness. I wonder if you just attack with Wrathlord here. I think maybe Wrathlord kill this into the tower. I feel like you need to force the defense. But you really do not want to kill Itotir as well. This is definitely the worst case. Okay, so he looks like he's declaring a Mato attack first Bran. Ken's got to decide whether he wants to defend. If he does defend, he could... If he loses Itotir here, it means he gets a full heal, and he could resurrect, blow up his conduit, banish Bran, and bring both back to threaten the last tower. At the end of his turn, though. Yeah. Bit slow. Okay, so he's taking it with Bran. And we see Flumming stance. And this will allow Ken to move Mato somewhere. We see it go right. And rebirth from Mato. Because of the rebirth, Mato doesn't actually get to stand because Bran did no damage. And Bran took no damage as well. So that was the last action there. He could move both, take the tower, buy back. Okay, so Ken is at 5 now, so Ken has his buyback now. Or did he use it? I cannot remember. No, he blew his tower, right, to bring Bran back. Bran back. So, I mean, Ken really wants to take this tower, but he could move. We got like 5 damage here, so Itotir would actually die to the tower, which is definitely not great. So maybe this tower is safe for now. Okay, so we see move from Bran, and we see the second Tushidaki bringing Corvus into the left lane, and we see a team attack. We see single clash on Itotir, and we'll see if Corvus does this. This play definitely prevents Corvus, and we see a nice hearty appetite. It's just like before. So Itotir will heal free and take 3 damage from Corvus, and Corvus will explode, I believe. 2, 5. Oh no, he won't say. We have to see a second clash. Deadly precision from Ken to make sure that Corvus dies. It seems Corvus did all of the damage to Bran instead of Itotir. And that was his third action there. So 2, 3, 4, 5. To buy back Ichiro. Yep, so he used his buyback here to get Ichiro back in the center. It was good on SirLargeness, at least getting the second clash card out. But definitely, I mean, SirLargeness has his buyback, but not enough to bring Corvus back now. And this tower is very much threatened at the moment on the left side. That's one move. We're gonna see.
Hello?
Lifetime. Hello?
Hey, sorry, a childcare emergency.
All good, man. Life tap to recover Mato there. So one thing I do love about Ken's deck that he showed really just off now is like Itotir and Nichiro with Tukadashi and Flowing Stance just like kicking everyone all about. He lost SirLargeness used Purify to kill Ichiro, and then attacked Mato into Bran, and Bran Flowing Stanced him to the right lane, and then Ken just moved Bran and Tukadashi to Corvus into the left lane and killed Corvus now, and then used his buyback to bring Ichiro back to the mid.
Nice.
So, but SirLargeness does have his buyback up, but he hasn't actually signified it. He has it up because he used Purify, but I think he deleted it previously instead of flipping it over. So we just seen, I think, 2 actions were move and life tap on Mato, and the third action.
And there's the Bandit's range.
Yeah, he's just going to.
The third one flipped.
Yeah, he's going to flip the last one and bring back Corvus. I mean, the tower's dead anyway, so that's fair enough.
He does have a huge hand advantage.
Yep, that's for sure. And I mean, he did play like after he got Tukadashi, he did force 2 cards out from Ken. So again, Ken used the healthy appetite to heal Itotir. So that's good.
Largeness is definitely behind on the board here, but Ken's down to 3 cards.
Yeah. And I mean, he's now got to spend a turn like recovering and getting center, right? Like But I mean, as soon as he gets three guys in the middle, like SirLargeness is definitely gonna have a slow time taking back the tower, right? Like, unless he plays like.
Is Mato leveled up?
No, and it's got a lot of damage on him.
What did he spend his power on then?
He used his buyback.
Oh, he used his buyback as well. Okay, so they both used their buyback, but Largeness has refreshed his.
Yes. So what does SirLargeness do now? I mean, it's Ken's turn anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, the thing is, if he's running Oracle, the hand advantage thing is only temporary. So
That's true. Yeah, so it could be Oracle.
okay.
Oh,
So
Serenity. Oh well.
Serenity.
So much for the hand advantage.
Yeah. So we have a recover, and he uses the heal on Bran. Are you okay? You just disconnected from tabletop?
Yep. Yeah, I'm here.
Alright.
I can still see it. Okay.
So, recover all committed heroes you control. You may press your buyback during your draw step this turn. Draw cards until you have 7 in hand. So he went from 2 to 7. Cannot complain. He got the hill on Itotia. It does mean that SirLargeness can take this tower now. Fairly easy, right? Either with a Horrify or with like 2 attacks. Like if Wrathlord recovers attacks, he'll definitely take the tower. Because Ichiro only protects other heroes and not towers. But I expect SirLargeness has at least one Horrify. He hasn't played any all game, and he's got a massive amount of turn. But we do see the first attack into the tower, so he's not even going to use the Horrify. He's just going to force the block. So we see the block now from Ichiro. And this is just kind of a chump attack, I guess, for SirLargeness. I mean, he is going to try for the kill, but it's not going to happen, right? Like, Ichiro, 10 health. Even with Feel No Pain, it's not happening. Oh, wow, lovely. Flowing stance from Ken. That's really going to hurt. So we have a rebirth played from SirLargeness. But this has saved the tower, basically. Now he's going to have to move Corvus and double attack Corvus and Matto to take this tower now. This is much better for Ken. And that was really unfortunate. SirLargeness is going to... Oh, he's decided to move Matto that way. Okay.
So he's going to switch into Corvus now.
Yeah.
He's going to try and tank up, but when Ken has a conduit and he doesn't, that's not a winning play.
I mean, but I can see why, right? Like, if he leaves both Corvus and Matto tapped in the center, it's
Corvus that's
anyway, right?
That's just happened. Yeah.
Okay, so now the Corvus clock kicks in, but yeah, it's a slow one. So I mean, Ken's now got all the time in the world, so well, not all of the time, but just move, yeah, recover, move. So how are we doing? 12 cards to 12, so the hand advantage is equalized. Okay, so SirLargeness recovers with implacable hatred, and it's going to attack the tower. I assume we will see a block here. Like, Ken just needs to keep his tower.
Got a lot of value. Yeah. And he has Horrify, so Ken in the draft actually really matters here, because obviously the synergy between Wrathlord and Nature's Wrath in this situation. Nature's Wrath is Bran's card that commits all mortal heroes to the location. Wrathlord isn't mortal, so if he was Bran and not Corvus here, he'd be able to. Or if Eos had been, Bran had been his second evoker rather than Eos, he'd have that that
key card.
yeah. Well, for this situation, certainly.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily the case that he was going to the situation, but
yeah.
horrified is not so valuable here.
Nope. Yeah, I mean, I think if I'm SirLargeness, I really would have taken this tower previously, and just at the cost of losing Corvus, on the attack back. I
Yeah.
still have my buyback. It's just like he's really like fighting a wall here, right? Like it's and we see a block and a blazing spirit, so Reflord's gonna now take 1 damage, and it's just like
And this is real
Reflord is
damage now.
yeah, like Reflord has no way of healing. Oh, exactly. There's nothing in the deck that will heal him, right?
And Drain Life and Violent Fusion would be the two
Yeah.
that we'll expect to see.
Indeed. So yeah, I assume Violent Fusion is in there. So we see him move back, which is
sensible.
Yep.
The brand die? Yes.
Yeah, because he didn't. He had 3 damage on him.
Yeah, he played a Blazing Spirit. Sorry. Okay, so Larkus should have got paid, but he's
Okay, so we see the. Did he not gain the money there? Yeah, he didn't, right?
he didn't know. Well, I'm sure when it comes time to buy something, he'll wait.
Itote here has moved and attacked now on the Reflord, I guess. Maybe it's actually super hard to tell. I mean, there's
because like every without it, yeah, now is threatening to end the game. So
yeah, exactly. And I mean, it just has he just has to have an ultimate, right? Like Itote's ultimate is definitely gonna push it. Blazing Spirit in the graveyard as well. Like,
yeah, all the offensive.
Yeah.
And he actually does have the Nature's Wrath as well.
Yep.
He has that can opener to.
Yeah. So we see a block from Corvus. We see a Blazing Spirit played from the discard. And we see Unbreakable on the Corvus.
That's interesting.
Yeah, this is definitely. I mean, yeah, I get.
So we need a defensive card from Ken here.
Yeah.
So he's 8 damage. So that's actually if there is a Drain Life or Violent Fusion, there is to heal back and not die.
So, how much damage did Corvus take there? It was like
8.
8, yeah.
So he'll be battle frenzying for plus 2 plus 6. Yikes.
Okay, and we see it recover from Itote. Okay, so
Rattler recovers for free.
Yeah, we should see the Evoker gain.
Maybe then he'll remember the power he should have gained.
Is definitely missing a lot of his power here, right? Like
he should be up to 6.
Yeah. Then he's also not paid attention to his buyback and stuff. It's like at least not clear. But I don't think Ken refreshed his buyback as well. I'm not sure.
That's true. Yeah. Sloppy play all around.
Yeah. I think it's
Revoke their pro licenses immediately.
Alright, so yeah, he's definitely missing his Evoker step here. And he has to, and the thing is, he needs power, right? Like, apart from, like you said, Drain Life, he needs to purchase his.
Yeah, he's super power hungry right now. He has a bunch of stuff.
Because until the end of your action phase. Okay, so actually, Violent Fusion doesn't save him here anyway, so he has to have the. So he's looking, maybe he's digging for the Drain Life there.
Did he just pass through his turn?
No, I think he just used inspiration. That was his first action.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay, Mao's moved. Second action. So I mean, if he doesn't heal Corvus right now, like with this action, Corvus dies. Okay, so Corvus is dying, but he's star falling Itote here to put him on. Will be 6. So I have a feeling that Corvus dies before the trigger. I guess they decided that he doesn't. I'm pretty sure it says that, like, maybe it says there's Unbreakables at the end of your turn. I'm pretty sure.
It's Unbreakable is the end of turn.
Yeah, and then Corvus is after. No, Unbreakable is the end of action phase, and then Corvus is after the action phase ends, right? I'm pretty sure this is the case. Card reader.
Yeah, we got a card reader now. All right.
Sorry, just because I can't search his deck, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Unbreakable until the end of your action phase, and then Corvus's trigger is specifically after your phase ends, so Corvus wouldn't have killed Itote there. But then SirLargeness is just not paying attention to his coins. I mean, he did give the money for killing Itote there. But it's definitely unfortunate. Okay, so we see. Oh, so he did pay
second buyback.
Yep. So he did count that then. Because he's reduced it as well with inspiration, right? So
yeah. Hey, this game turned around. Oh no, he's still got a resurrect.
So I mean, Ken still has a buyback as well, right? So
yeah, he does. Yeah, but he has to pay full price.
Yeah. But Ken's paid attention to his power, so.
So someone is messaging me there to say Largeness's power was correct after all. That we were the ones who weren't paying attention. Yeah.
Fair enough. Good. I love being wrong.
Key is to never admit it.
Yeah. I just must have missed it then.
Yeah. So interesting turn for Ken here. And again, like what he does here is really going to depend on what he has in hand. Nature's Wrath isn't so good because he'd have to use it, so he's not going to be able to use it to get an attack this turn and beat him. Well, he could manifest whoever he is, he could manifest, let's say, the Oracle into the right moment, play the Nature's Wrath, and take an attack on the Wrath Lord, but that would be bad play. He doesn't want to swing on the Wrath until he's sure he's going to kill him because the Wrath Lord is punching back for 5. Move on who, I wonder?
Untangle Thorns.
Matto, maybe?
Yeah, I mean.
Assume on Matto.
Yeah. Because Wrath Lord has 2 armor here, so. Yeah, it looks like it's on Matto. And move back. So I wonder what we see from Ken.
And there's a buyback. Yeah, Ken's fine. Full hand.
Yeah, but SirLargeness is just ticking away here. It's not terrible.
He's in a much more precarious position, though. Like,
yeah. I mean, just not being able to take this tower is definitely just going to be difficult. Okay, So Evoker.
Salamato. Well, Rathlord's kind of okay.
Okay, so attack from Rathlord. I assume I get that to conjure it again.
Yeah, almost certainly. And Itotia is actually like a good blocker here.
Yeah, yeah. That's where he becomes a little off tank. And Flowing Stance here is actually super powerful if Ken has the last one.
Chuck him over to the left.
Yeah.
Break up the band. Ken would always be a big proponent of like the way you beat the Wrathlord is you kill the other guy. Obviously now in this situation, I mean Wrathlord's got 4 damage on him already. Yeah, he's just pumping damage. Haha, that's funny.
Okay, so
That's
this
plus
is
4
+4.
armor.
So he's
So he's
now
taking 0 damage.
yeah, currently 2 damage, 2 armor from Grim, and 4 from Feel No Pain.
Whereas I think he is taking 5. So he's going to hold on to his way of the save it for later. I think that's what we saw there with that Blazing Spirit coming out first. That means that unless Largeness play Feel No Pain, way the Empty Paw will end the game.
Yeah.
So he's got the option now. He can defend himself instead, but he. I think he is really powerful.
Yeah. Okay, so he's reducing the damage now by. So Itotia is now only taking 3 damage, and doing 2 damage to Rathlord.
We're doing no damage.
How was it?
Because he's got 6 armor.
Yeah, but he played a second card.
Yeah, for plus 2 damage in total into 6.
Yeah, so didn't Itotia have 8 damage there? Maybe I'm just being shit again. But...
No, she had because she was tapped.
Ah, yeah. Of course. So bad at this game, turns out. And yeah, 1 damage from Corvus there. So Itotia recovers and moves.
Yeah,
And it's
getting ready.
So actually, Itotia is going to end up in this lane, I believe.
Almost certainly going to kill Motto here.
Yeah. Matto plays Battle Frenzy to kill Itotia.
To deal 4 damage, but she's got 2 armor.
I mean, it's...
And she gets a second.
Is it 4? Yeah. 6. No, he's dealing 5 damage, right?
Is it? He's got. Yeah. Oh, sorry. He's got 5 damage on him. No, it's 3, 2 plus 2.
Yeah, he's got 3 1s, 1 3. I think.
Oh, does he? Oh, I missed one. Okay, so he's got 6.
So Itotia is taking 4 damage right now. So I mean, yeah, like he just needs 2 to survive. Okay, so he's playing Living Shrine.
Oh no, changed his mind. Thought about it.
Yeah. So this would just give him 3 armor now.
Yeah.
Until the start of your next turn, though, so he does now get.
Yeah, that's nicely played by him, so she can sit there, soaking damage for.
Okay, so
a little while as well. Yeah, that puts him in a really strong position.
Yeah. Does he recover? Man, now I'm just probably missing this, but I'm pretty sure because he blocked, he started to turn tapped, right? Then he recovered, moved, and attacked. But I don't know. As I was so wrong about SirLargeness' economy, I'm kind of a bit concerned.
Did she get hard? Better keep our mouths shut.
Yeah. Turns out calling out this stuff is just bad. It's cool. Let's trust what they're doing. They know what they're doing. So.
Well, one of them knows what they're doing. We'll find out which.
Yeah.
This is a winner's bracket game.
It is, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So both will continue to stay in the tournament. And I just
Provide a bit of...
to be honest, like SirLargeness is like really pulled this game back a bit, you know.
Yeah, he's well.
You know, like
That last con bitch.
it's still the conduit is down, right? Like, but the damage is on the people. If he can get the conduit now with a horrify,
yeah.
Then you know I mean, he just has to not be in a position to die, right? And with Matto leaving the board, this is definitely still going to be super difficult.
But does he have a horrify? He does not.
Well, I mean, even if he does, right, he leaves Rathlord tapped in the center, which is not great. So,
yeah, which was a questionable move.
What was the questionable move? Sorry.
Playing his number in the game because he doesn't. He have it for can't represent having it, you know.
Yeah.
Because if you leave your Rathlord tapped in the middle of there,
yeah.
and you're like, I don't get. Then you know whether you have it or not, they can't really go all in on it.
Yeah. So SirLargeness actually played every single one of his ultimates now. He goes Madness, he Purified, and Unbreakable. Okay, so we see Rathlord kill Ichiro as the second action. So it looks like he might move Corvus across instead of moving Rathlord back, which makes sense, right? Like take control of the middle lane. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the right play. It's just how you're going to keep Corvus alive versus Ichiro on the Corvus on the defense, right? It's going to be really difficult.
Yes. No, yeah, it just. I thought he is like really softened up, so he could try and get the kill, so that she won't revive. She'd have to get sacrificed, even though she's leveled up. It's not terrible. He's probably going to buy something, surely. All that money, no buybacks to spend it on.
Okay, yeah, this definitely will help as well. So, Rathlord now heals.
Oh, he healed too much. He had 4 damage. Rather Fusion only heals 3. And what the damage for Atatia?
No, so he's now on 5.
Oh, are they checking the? Nope. He just healed an extra 1.
Ken just checking for his Blazing Spirits. Okay, so we see an Invigorate, which is actually super nice because it will give him 2 armor until the end of the phase, which is a rare use of discard, to be honest. But But it's nice when it
he's
works.
presumably still going to Wrathlord here.
I mean, yeah, you attack the Wrathlord, right? Like, so you force the defense from Corvus and you blow Corvus up. So, I mean, he just cannot risk it, right? Because like Blazing Spirit plus Where the
If I'm Largeness here, I actually, again, it always comes down to what he has in hand, but
so I mean, Ken can only put out
like he's
6
counter
plus
here.
5 is 11, right? So he can only put out 11, which is only just killing him. So
yeah, I'd face tech for sure. I wouldn't block.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, that's the right play.
Yeah, so we see it Blazing
Okay,
Spirit.
Blazing
Yeah.
Spirit.
Let me see, Feel No Pain for the 2 armor.
Feel pain, not impressive, but
Yeah.
actually,
So, I mean, he's got 4
that
armor,
feels like but that feel pain when he's face tank soak up a million feels like a really bad play to me. Unless even if he has a better, because the Raptor is going to have a lot of damage on him now, and it's potential to stall the game in his favor, which he needs.
Yeah. Okay, so we
Oh,
see
and the smite. That messes with the math a little bit.
Yeah. So
But he didn't have the way the empty pass, so it's okay.
Yeah. So now Wrathlord has got 1 health left.
And out comes the Oracle.
Yeah.
Wrathlord has more. Wrathlord has tons of health left. Does he?
No.
How much did he take? She swung for 9 and he took 4, so he took.
No, he had like 5 damage on him, I think, and then he took 2 from
because
smite.
he healed fusion.
Yeah, so he had like 0 damage, right? And then she swings in for 9, and he sucks 4. So
Yeah, it takes
he has
5.
Takes 5 damage, and then
And then smite deals 2 more.
so he goes to
So he's
7.
on 7.
And he has 2 HP left, right?
He's got +1 from fusion, yeah.
So 2 left.
Yeah.
Let me see a Masterwork Boots on the Oracle.
So 4 cards. Oh, he's only got 4 cards. Oh.
He's changing where he's resurrecting.
He can't afford to be arsing about here, like with 4.
Who? So
He's Ken's deck has 4 cards left. Largeness has 7.
Right, yeah. You mean in the deck?
So yeah. So okay, he has 5 turns to end the game. That is a good chunk of time.
Yeah, it's really a long.
But he is the player who's on the clock now.
Yep. I'm curious. Yeah, it's interesting that he didn't go all mid. I don't know. I guess he's just playing it safe because he feels pretty. So we see a hearty appetite here. Like this is a swing in for 6. Oh, well, it's another Feel No Pain. This is definitely not the card that I guess SirLargeness wanted to play here. I bet he had to, right? Yeah. Base 2 armor, 2 health. Just can't risk it. So Nature's Wrath to get 2 more armor.
So the bans I can now confirm were Octavian and
Octavian and what? Sorry, you broke up there.
Vigo.
Nice. So what does SirLargeness do here now? Drain life would be super nice. I mean,
Drain life would be great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's got 3 power. What items might he have?
I mean, I really wish I could search his deck, man.
Yeah.
Just to see if how many he played. I just cannot remember how many drain lives he did. At least one. There was one at the very beginning.
Least, yeah.
It's
I
just
think
when
2.
we clashed another.
But yeah, drain life now would definitely.
Oh, I've got a disconnect there.
Are
you still in the game?
Nope. Oh, maybe.
I'm trying to rejoin.
No, the game's gone.
Did the game go down?
They may have just called it. There may have been a concession we didn't hear. I'll go pop over and check.
It looks like it was a concession. I don't know, he's typing now. It looks like we all got kicked. Oh man, that sucks.
So it looks like everyone was disconnected. Anticlimax.
Yeah.
Technology is the vehicle of esports.
Alright. This will then have to be resolved outside of this. So.
It's going to the judges.
Yeah. Fun times. That's definitely not what we wanted to see there. That's really unfortunate.
No, especially at that, like if they could have held that for like 3 or 4, but like the game kind of still in contention. I feel.
Yeah, definitely, man. It was like you don't know what cards he has. There was definitely still plays to be made. Alright, well, thanks everyone for watching. Hopefully the update on the actual results will come through later. I really don't know what we're going to do. We have to talk about it.
Maybe the players will reach a decision.
Yeah. Let's see what they say first. Yeah. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Sorry to SirLargeness for getting his power horrifically wrong. I do apologise. I did not mean to be toxic.
So toxic.
Yeah. I'm gonna rewatch it now just so I can cringe at how bad I did. Alright. Thanks for co-casting with me, Jack. And speak later.